My name is Ethel Wright, and I came to the People's Church in 1963. Oh, yes. So this is the family. My husband and me and my little boy Mark and my little girl Melody. That was in about 63. Sunday night they used to have what was called the back home hour down on Bloor Street. And every Sunday night this place was packed out. They had an elevation. We'd get there after our service, go in at 9 o'clock, and it was broadcast. You'd have to sit on the steps at that point. There were no seats left. So it's always been a lighthouse in the city. When we first came to the church, about the second Sunday I was sitting in the church, the director at the time motioned for me to come up. We had 2 pianos in the church at that time, and there was nobody sitting at the second piano. So he said, will you play the piano? So I sat down and I played for several years. This is the Great People's Church Choir with me at the piano, with our gowns, looking gorgeous. People's Church started a Christian school, and I realized that the school couldn't afford any of the extras, like orchestras and things. So I went to the principal and I said, if you would like to have an orchestra in the school, I will volunteer to teach the instrumental music, which I did for 9 years. In those early days, couldn't wait to get from where I was teaching out in the West End to get here, because the spirit of the school was so wonderful, and it was just so exciting to come into the school and be part of it. Missions has always been huge. And of course the missions conference that came was a big thing, and it was big thermometers put up that we watched and got excited when the thermometer kept going up closer to the line. And we had nationals visiting our church that were very exciting. Gus Marway, for example, that came from Liberia, fired us all up for Africa, and it's all very exciting because missions, right from the time I became a Christian, has been an exciting part of my life. So I continued on and have for years taken groups in various parts of the world. This is a mission trip 4 or 5 years back in Cuba, I think. We went to Cuba, and that was absolutely marvelous, because they were so open. They told us there'd be 100 people, and there were 300 people. They were jammed in there, and we had Bibles for not that number of people, and somehow or another they multiplied when we were giving them out. They all got Bibles. We had the privilege of going to various countries. We've gone to 2 or 3 countries in Africa and the Philippines, Jamaica and Mexico, and Guatemala, Cuba, Northern Canada, Taiwan, Israel, Italy, and there may be more, but I can't remember. Colombia, did I mention Colombia? This year we're going to a little Nigerian refugee church in Italy. 13 of us are going to do a ministry. The Spirit of the Lord dwells here, and it shines forth. And certainly as I serve in the music ministry, and that's of course my great love, is the music. It oozes through our ministry of music. It really does. So this is the choir at Merge in the year 2018. I see the People's Church as a leading outreach of the community. I see the Lord Jesus Christ being magnified and held high, and being a great blessing in the city and a lighthouse in the midst of a changing world all around. Happy birthday, peoples.